how's it going, guys? Welcome back. We are about a month into 2024 and I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and catch up with you. It has been just madness. Usually from August to the end of the year is all holiday focused content, as well as, you know, just the holidays in general. And then the first couple weeks of the year, I like to take a little bit of time off just to breathe and kind of plan for the upcoming year. I also, in that time, planned and threw a baby shower for my best friend who's having her first little baby next month. So it was so wonderful to be able to do that for her, but that took place last weekend. So it has just been nonstop crazy. And I am really excited to be able to start getting back into creating again. I love the holidays and all of that, but there is just such a timeline and there's so many obligations during that time that it's hard to be able to just have that creative freedom to plan projects and things. So I have been planning a couple of room makeovers. I like to kind of do that the first half of the year. I'm gonna share that with you towards the end of the video. So hang around for what's in store for 2024. I'm sharing rooms that you've asked me about that you've never seen before. So you're gonna get to kind of see those and what I have in mind for them, all of my hopes and dreams for them. And yeah, but during that time, I was able to, of course, hit antique stores. And so I've got some treasures here that I wanted to share with you. So we're gonna start it off with a little thrift haul. So the first thing that I wanna share with you is this little bow applique. It's like a wooden applique. I have a lot of architectural pieces in today's haul. Today's haul is not a huge one either, I should say. I've only gotten to go out a couple of times so far this year. I did actually get this before Christmas. I found this at an estate sale and I have a couple of places in mind to put this, but haven't put it up yet. So I love pieces like this just to put above doorways. Anything that feels kind of architectural like this makes a space feel a little bit more custom to me, almost like it could be an original feature. I mean, you can, if you get items like this, you could also paint it the same color as the wall, and then it almost feels like an additional piece of molding or something. I don't think I'll do that. I'll just keep this one gold, but I was thinking this would actually be really cute over our bathroom door in the hallway where we have all of the mirrors, the mirror gallery wall. It's like a little piece of jewelry for your walls. So I got this for $2 at an estate sale. So while we're on the subject of kind of architectural type pieces, our architectural salvage place here in town is closing, but they're opening a smaller, they're moving over to a smaller building. And so they keep having these sales to try to minimize their inventory, and they are very pricey. So even what I got at a discounted price was still more expensive than I typically would like to pay for pieces like this, but they are really cool, very unique, and I'll kind of talk more about each piece, like what I kind of want to do with them. But this is the first one. It's this beautiful detailed piece of trim that has been turned into a shelf. So it's already got these metal hanging brackets on the back side, and it's a really thin shelf that I saw an inspiration photo a while ago that I saved that I loved, and it was just a shelf kind of similar to this. It wasn't necessarily made out of a pretty piece of trim like this, but it was kind of similar, and they just used it to kind of fill a corner and put frames, kind of stacked a couple of different frames with you know, artwork and things on, and I thought this is really the perfect size for that. So they originally had a $45 price tag on this. Again, they're very pricey at this architectural salvage place, but I think that they sold all of the pieces to me for $50 or $55. I can't remember exactly, and I don't think some of these even have prices on them anymore. But yeah, I'll try to find that picture to show you the inspiration behind this. So I don't know for sure if I'm gonna use this in the living room or possibly in the kitchen. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I love this. I love this trim. I think it's so pretty, and I'm just such a sucker for these dark, rich wood tones. So this will be perfect to kind of recreate that. I do have, there's like an end here that, a little area here that needs some touching up, but otherwise it's really in pretty good condition. And I think it's going to be a really unique and beautiful way to display some artwork. So that's kind of why I picked that one up. And the other pieces that I got along with it for the 50 or 55, whatever it was that I spent, this is one of them. I'm guessing this was probably removed off of either, you know, maybe like a fireplace mantle, an old piece of furniture, something like that. But I just love these unique pieces like this. Again, that rich wood tone. I love all the details. I just think these are so beautiful. So this is the first one. And we have some construction going on next door, so I am so sorry if you can hear the saw, but there's definitely some work going on out there. So then the other one is this one, and you can tell kind of by the top that these are from the same thing. Whatever they are, they're from the same thing. And I have no idea. Like I truly just don't know what it is that these could be from, but I love them. I think they're really beautiful. And the reason that I got these was because we are hoping to redo our kitchen this year. That's the plan. And I will share with you the mood board and all of that, but I don't know exactly like where or how I'm going to display these, but I really love the idea of having kind of just different architectural pieces in this wood tone throughout. So whether they're hanging or placed up against the backsplash or something like that, I like I said, I'm not exactly sure, but I picked them up because I thought this is the look, like this contributes to that look that I'm really trying to achieve. So like I said, I think all three of them together were around 50. And then I went to one of my favorite antique stores, Paramount, and I was kind of looking for stuff for the baby shower, so I didn't get a ton of stuff during this trip, but I found this clock and I could not leave it because, well, I mean, you can see once again, very ornate detailing, really pretty. I love that the clock actually works. I do think I want to pull this out of here, tape it off and rub and buff around this just to change the color of this a little bit. It's obviously like supposed to look vintage antique style, but it's not like that old. But I thought even still, it's such a beautiful piece and I love that it actually works. I have this currently sitting on the top of the curio cabinet and I really love it up there. So that's probably where it will remain. I think I paid $13 or $15. I paid $15 for this, which I feel like was a good price for a working clock. It's technically like a mantle clock, but anyway, love that. So then the next one is this frame. I cannot for the life of me remember where I picked this up from. I like keep trying to rack my brain and I can't remember, but I think it was only a couple dollars. Like I would imagine I didn't spend very much on this. It might have been from an estate sale. Was it the estate sale? It's lost. It's gone. I have no idea. But again, the ornate detailing I really like on it. I'm always picking up frames for artwork. Like you can never have too many frames, but I liked the really deep tone to this one. And it's not super metallic like a lot of them are, which I kind of liked about this one. It also looks a little bit worn in some areas, which again, I kind of like. So can't remember how much I paid for it. Don't remember where I got it, but I had to share it with you because I got it at some point over the last couple of months. The next thing that I found was this little, I guess I should take this. I have a little candle in here, but it's a little candle holder. It's so pretty. It's got a nice patina to it with these little star cutouts. And so when you have a candle in it, it casts the light really beautifully all around it because of the little cutouts. And it's made, I think, for like a little tea light candle. I think I paid around $12 for this because I think I remember thinking like, oh, that's typically something I feel like I'd pay like $5 to $7 for, but it was just so cute and just has this like magical feel. I don't know, something about it just felt very me, and so I had to pick it up. And then I have these little Antique Candle Co. like sample size candles, and they fit perfectly in there. So that's kind of what I've been using. Antique Candle Co. I do have a code for them. So if you need candles, I always leave that link down in the description box. They're 100% soy non-toxic candles. Thought I'd mention that while we're on the subject here, but this is perfect fit for this little candle holder. So then the next thing is this little trophy. This I got from the antique store. It caught my eye immediately when I went in the booth, and I was like, this is adorable. I love the font that they used. I love the colors of it. This is painted, obviously. It's just so cute. I don't know what it is about it. It's so cute. It was $30 though. So I looked at it, I put it back, looked around the entire store, and at the end I was like, I'm gonna go back and get that little trophy thing, because I think I'm gonna think about this. Like, it's gonna haunt me if I don't pick it up. So I went and grabbed it, and yeah, like I said, it's been painted to look like an old trophy. I could always use just the back if I didn't want the writing on it, but it's really cute. These are like little metal arms on the sides here. This is a wooden base, and then maybe that's wood too. It's hard to say, but anyway, really cute. I spent $30 on it. I had to have it. I knew I was gonna be thinking about that one if I didn't grab it. So I also picked up a pair of side tables at the antique mall, and the gal that owns the booth actually posted it on her Instagram. And so I messaged her. I was like, are those going into your booth? And she said yes. So I took a trip up to check them out in person. Originally, I wanted to use them for our bedroom as nightstands, but they are really small. So I actually have them in the living room right now, which is kind of nice to have some matching tables. They're adorable little tables. They were $25 each. So I thought, even if I can't use them in the bedroom, I could use them in the living room or in Jameson's room, because he has kind of a makeshift nightstand situation right now. And they do look really cute in his room. So they might eventually go in there, but for now we have them in the living room. I love that they have a couple of drawers for storage. They're super lightweight. The tops are like, they aren't perfect, obviously, but either way, I thought $25 for each of the tables was a really good deal. And so I made sure to get up there and snag those before anyone else could. When I picked up those little side tables, she actually had this little glass chessboard on the table with the little chess pieces. I have them in a little box here, and I have no use for this. I don't know why. It was so cute on the table. I just impulsively bought it. It was like $13 for the set. So it just wasn't expensive. I thought it'd be cute displayed somewhere. I'm thinking this would be really cute in our office. Not big chess players, but yeah, she had it displayed so cute. She sold me on it. I don't know, but anyway, so I got this, and I'm thinking it'll be really cute in our office. So now let's talk a little bit about what's in store for 2024. The first half of the year, I always like to do home projects. So we've lived in our house for about 3.5 years, and we've done a lot of rooms, but we're doing we've done all the work ourselves. We may hire out for some projects that we are kind of planning to do here in the future. We're kind of working through all the details at this time, but there are 2 rooms that we really want to tackle this year, one being the main focus, and that is the kitchen and our bedroom. So these are rooms that you guys have definitely asked me about many times, like, I haven't seen your bedroom, I don't know what your kitchen looks like, but the reason is just because they look exactly the same from the day we moved in, and there's nothing to show. I'm a very much all or nothing person. I'm either going to do the entire room makeover, or I'm going to do nothing to it. And so there's been nothing done to either of these rooms. There's no art on the walls. There's literally nothing. So let's talk about the kitchen first, because this is the main space that we want done. We've done the living room, the dining room, the entryway, and then you walk into the kitchen area, or you see the kitchen, and it's just such an eyesore in comparison to all of these beautiful rooms that we've done, and it kills the vibe of the house. So it's one of the rooms that I just desperately want to do something to. So as you can see, we've got this main part of the kitchen. These cabinets are original 1932 cabinets, and they are a mess. They have chipping paint and have obviously been painted several times. You can see there's a beautiful light blue color under here. But yeah, chipping paint, the doors don't close all the way. The drawers are hard to open and close. We actually had one of the hinges literally break on us today. The flooring is faux wood, no good flooring that we want to pull out. And we will likely continue the flooring from the rest of the house into the kitchen and replace the cabinets. The dishwasher is not next to the sink, which is one of my biggest pet peeves of this kitchen. And so we really want to relocate that. We have 2 appliances on one wall, which is again, just not the vibe. Like something about that we don't love. So on the other side of this little wall, we have a kitchen nook, which we're currently using as kind of a downstairs home office. This is where we run the Lost Gallery out of. We have an office space upstairs as well. And we also have a spare bedroom that we could, if we wanted to have 2 offices, we could do that. But Luke kind of does his music in here and the Lost Gallery and all of that. In the scenario that we're keeping the nook, we will still pull this out and we will put seating in here so that it is a traditional breakfast nook, and keep the rest of the kitchen the same, and then just upgrading the cabinets and really just cosmetically trying to make it look better. Ideally, what we would like to do, and this is what we were kind of inquiring about today to get an idea of potentially hiring some of the work out. Our neighbor actually has a construction company, and so he came over and kind of took a look at it for us and gave us some insight on what we might be getting ourselves into if we try to remove this wall and extend the kitchen. Because we have plaster walls, which are such a mess, there's a high chance that when we pull the cabinets off that those are gonna get damaged anyway, as well as the ceiling. And it may be one of those things where we're gonna have to do enough repair to the ceiling and the walls that just removing this wall and reworking that while we're already doing all of this work might just be worth doing. So what we would love to do is take this wall out, expand the kitchen, and move these 2 appliances over to that side of the kitchen, or at least one of them, if not both of them. And yeah, just giving ourselves more space. And if we do that, we would have some room to put an island in for more prep space. We don't have a lot of counter space now. So of course that means we're doing countertops, we're doing flooring, we're doing ceiling, we're doing cabinets. That's an entire kitchen renovation. Kitchen renovations are not fun. We did do kind of a cosmetic renovation of our kitchen at the last house where we did countertops and backsplash. Did we do anything? I think that's all we did, and painted the walls. So nothing near what we're talking about doing now. It's just time. These cabinets are chipping paint onto our dishes on the inside, and we have tested it's not lead paint or anything like that, but it's still just not something that you want happening in your kitchen. And so it's just time to address the issue, figure out what's gonna work best, and tackle it, hope for the best. So here's my hopes and dreams mood board for the space. I love dark, moody kitchens. I think they're beautiful, but we're gonna really try to go timeless with this design because a kitchen is expensive and it's not something we're gonna redo again. So we are going with classic here. I really like these kind of beige, like really neutral, pretty cabinetry. So either that or we will do like a creamy white or something like that. We're thinking quartz countertops, doing a lot of molding throughout, just really thick, fancy molding throughout to kind of dress up our cabinets, because we're likely gonna try to do a budget cabinet, whether that's doing a stock cabinet from one of the hardware stores, or if we're doing like RTA cabinets, like ready to assemble cabinets. We're also thinking we will possibly do some tin ceiling tiles in this space, some beadboard. Those things are all gonna give it a lot of texture, even though we're kind of sticking to a lighter color palette. We're gonna have a lot of that texture through there. And then I want to incorporate that deep, rich wood tone that I love so much that's throughout the rest of the house. We have a door in there that I would like to pull out, strip all of the paint off of, and then stain so that we have that wood element in there as well. Replace the flooring, just continue the flooring that we have through the rest of the house in here. So that's kind of just an idea of what we're wanting to do. We are still working through all of the details on that. Obviously, because it's very timely and very costly, we are really debating whether or not we are going to start this one first and then see if we even want to tackle another room this year, or if that's going to kind of cap us for the year, because it very well might. Kitchens are just a big job. And then the next one is our bedroom makeover. So a look at our bedroom. It is this just tan color. There's nothing on the walls. The walls, unfortunately, again, are wallpapered, but painted over wallpaper. And so when we've previously done removal of this like painted over wallpaper in this house, that top layer is really crispy. So we literally have to like chip it away. And then if there's wallpaper underneath it, because like in our dining room, I think we had like 3 or 4 layers, then we were able to use the wallpaper steamer and remove the wallpaper. So it's not just like even your typical frustrating wallpaper removal project, it's more complicated than that. And then of course there's plaster repair and things like that. So we have our work cut out for us. It's not as simple as just painting the walls. We have considered like maybe we just try to paint them for now and just do like a little makeover on it so that we can get it to a place where we enjoy the space and we like it the way that it is. And then if we want to tackle actually, you know, removing the wallpaper and repairing the cracked plaster and all of that later down the road, we can. We could also put paneling or something over it if we wanted to, or drywall. I mean, there are rooms in this house that have been drywalled over because it's just such a job to deal with these walls, unfortunately. But let me give you a look at the mood board so you can kind of see. I want to do dark moody. I want to color drench the room. I want to have a little bit more fun and be a little bit more bold with this design. I want it to be really cozy. And so I keep seeing all these like deep reddish brown colored rooms that are so beautiful. The one in this mood board is a little bit more, has a little bit more pink in it. So I don't know that this is the color we're gonna go with. This is just kind of how I was playing with the design and what I was thinking. The other color that I really love right now is green. I'm very, very just like loving green so much. So I may actually create another mood board and try it out with some different paint colors. But the idea behind the design is the same no matter what color we choose. It would be color drenching the room, meaning we're gonna paint the baseboards, the walls, the crown molding, and the ceilings all the same color. And I actually really like the idea of also getting curtains in there that like match that color. So it just feels like you're kind of like immersed in this color and this like mood when you walk in. And then of course doing some like classic wooden furniture pieces that feel very vintage, antique. And then some statement light fixtures. So I would love to do those over the nightstands. We have a couple of sconces now. They're very modern looking. We've had them for years. So I want to replace those with something really beautiful that catches the eye. And then I'm loving these like checkered or harlequin patterns. Like I love the simplicity of it, and it allows your eye to kind of move in other areas around the room. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the bedroom. One of the other little projects that I would like to do is, if you have noticed this in my videos and it's not driving you crazy, I don't know how, because it drives me absolutely mad. But if you can see here in this shot, the trim was painted by the previous owners and I don't think it was prepped properly. This is only really around these French doors, around the windows, and the doorways in the dining room. So they've been painted white and it has peeled off in a lot of places. So like I said, I don't think it was prepped properly before they painted them, but I actually think that's a good thing for us because I would like to remove the paint and take it back to the original wood. I was given the advice to try a heat gun rather than using chemical strippers because I don't really want to have the chemical smell throughout the house. We have a little one, and I mean, obviously for our safety as well. Citrus strip, I used it on a furniture piece and it does okay. It's supposed to be a little bit more safe fume wise, but it still had a really strong smell to it. And I didn't feel like I got great results with it. So stripping paint off of these doorways and things might be something that we tackle this year as well. Stripping paint is a messy job, not a fun job, very tedious. And even though it seems like it's not going to be that difficult because we know there's only one layer of paint, I'm still preparing myself that whenever I decide to tackle this, it's going to be a project that I get annoyed with because it's gonna take a long time, I have a feeling. So, and be super messy. Anyway, that's kind of the projects that I have on the list. I keep having to move this camera around because the sun is like just attacking me. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. That's an idea of kind of what we've got going on for the year. Of course, there will be Antique With Me's thrift hauls and seasonal decorating. So we've got an interesting year ahead and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So as for the next video, we're celebrating that we hit 50,000. I cannot believe it. I'm so unbelievably grateful and excited that there are 50,000 of you who thought at one point that I gave you some kind of knowledge or inspiration or something that stuck with you enough to follow along, and I am just blown away by that fact. So we're gonna do a Q&A. We've got a giveaway that we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna share all of the details in that video. If you have questions that you want answered in the Q&A, I've taken them on a post that I have and on Instagram, but you're welcome to leave them in the comment section here as well. And I will try to get to as many as I can. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.